Oh my goodness. It's been too long, y'all. Well, I was looking at the calendar here. I need to get rid of June. How you doing? June 27th is the last time we hung out. So now we're on to July, and I'm so grateful you're here. See, we do this every Thursday and Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. We do this deep dive on Thursdays at 3, and we just hang out and watch animal videos. A little lighthearted fun that we do on Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern. So join us tomorrow for that when Rebecca and Brad are here. And I'll talk about Brad in just a moment, because right now he is traveling, and he just he's coming back from an exciting trip out to Roswell, New Mexico, which will be the topic of a show we're doing a couple of weeks from now. So a lot of information to get to. Thanks so much for making time. I've missed you. And I'm so grateful for those behind the scenes, like Mr. Hero Wes. Don't forget his handle on X, @thatguy, @PGU. It's a little wordy, but it's @thatguy, @PGU. Pat Gray Unleashed, of course, is our day job over at The Blaze, where he and I hang out during the week. So definitely give Wes a follow, and I appreciate it, because he does the thumbnails. He puts the show on Spotify, iTunes, iHeart, anywhere you can find At the Mike Show, YouTube, Rumble, where it'll appear tomorrow on video form over there. Obviously, we're live here on X. But you know what you could do? Rate and review, help us out, and also share. You can just share the link at themikeshow.com, and then everything that your friends, family, your enemies, anybody that you want can find it right there at themikeshow.com. And also behind the scenes, thank you to Gabby, always putting up great videos that are very shareable over at the Instagram at the Mike Show. Please follow that account over there. What else I got for you? I think that's it right there. We obviously, I do want a programming note. Tomorrow is going to be a regular Friday live stream, and then a week from today, on Thursday, my deep dive live stream guest is going to be Steve Friend. He's the host of the American Radicals podcast, always has great information about the FBI, and so he will be here on Thursday. There is no Friday live stream next week. I'm getting ahead of myself. It'll get back to normal very soon. I've got to get my guest on here, Kelly Smith. We've been looking forward to this since the last time she was on. Hello, Kelly.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Thursday. I am great. How are you?
Excellent. Well, I'm great. You know what? You've earned a Post-it note here on the show. You can follow her at Kelly for Freedom over on X.
That's me.
You live down in Austin.
I do.
And if anyone's in the market for a new house down there, send her a DM on Twitter.
DMs are open.
At Kelly for Freedom.
We can go 4. Find houses, talk about aliens. Like, that's my favorite thing to do.
That's awesome. So now, on a serious note, you live really close to where the flooding is happening down there.
Yes.
Your family is safe? Yes? Everything
We're
okay?
good. I was actually in Comfort over the 4th of July weekend. If you're not from Texas, it's 15, 20 miles downstream from Kerrville. My husband's sister has a ranch out there. We're a few miles from the Guadalupe, so we were okay. And that was Friday. And then Saturday, we were supposed to come home, and Georgetown was flooding. I live in Georgetown, which is a little bit north of Austin. We have the St. Gabriel here, and I'm sure everybody's seen the pictures of those apartment complexes right there. My gym is right across the street from it. Like, I see those apartments every single day. Everybody's safe. It's been a lot. I had a nightmare last night about the storm, and every time lightning would strike, a Demogorgon would come. So clearly,
hold on.
Drama from it.
All right. First of all, you've been watching a little bit too much Stranger Things. Second of all, what did you have for supper? That's what I really want to know. Because
what did I make yesterday?
I'm just wondering if that had an effect, maybe. On your
what did I forgot.
Okay. It's fine.
I think it was just spaghetti.
Just spaghetti. Okay. Well, I'm glad you and your family are safe. Comfort, actually, if I'm not mistaken, there's a video going around of William Shatner talking about a flood down there.
Yes.
at a kids' camp. Very, very eerily similar circumstances in 1987.
Yes. So
and I believe that was in Comfort.
It's all kind of in the same area. Those camps where Camp Mystic is, actually, there's, I don't know, 8 or 10 different camps right along the river right there. I went to Camp Waldemar when I was in high school, which is right across I think Mystic's on the south side, Waldemar's on the north side. And they're all concentrated right in this little spot. And it's weird because that's where the Guadalupe starts, is right there. And it's really, there's no banks on the river right there. It's just like grass and then the river right there. So, a lot of the roads aren't paved, cell phone service is shoddy. I think it was, no pun intended, but a perfect storm of nonsense that went on that morning. It was the middle of the night. The power was already out.
Yeah.
It was a lot,
Terrible.
And that place is people camp, tent camp, RV camp,
Yeah, that's how it was difficult to know how many people were there.
Yeah. So, I don't know if they still know. The numbers change every single day, which is awful.
And don't forget mercury1.org, the charity that Glenn Beck, my boss, runs. If you'd like to donate, they will definitely get aid directly to the people there, mercury1.org. Okay, Kelly, you were on with Brad and I months and months ago.
Yes.
And I remember when we wrapped up, we just had all of these, and I can't remember if it was at the end of the show or if it was off air, but we had all of these topics that we wanted to get to. And we said, well, when we do a Barfly in the future, we'll have you on. And I will say, between you and me, I counted up all of the different things that you and I wanted to talk about. We brought videos, articles to this conversation today. And I think it's at 15 to 20, somewhere in that ballpark. So I don't know in the next couple of hours if we're going to get to all of those, but that's okay because Kelly will be back.
I will be back.
Thursday, August 7th, and we will cover whatever we don't get to today, but we're going to get as much of this in as we can. Now, and I've got a list of all the good stuff that you sent here. Can we start with a discussion about ivermectin?
Oh, that's a good one. Yes,
because
ivermectin.
We thought we knew everything there was, and I have 3 selected videos, and I hate this. I hate it because, and I you actually don't know this, Kelly, but after you and I connected a half hour ago, I was sitting here, I was getting all my papers in order, and I thought, I'm feeling a little overheated. What's the deal here? Now, here's another deep dive topic that I need to get into.
I'll add it to our notes.
This right here, these thermometers. Did you see that right there?
I saw you're a 99.2.
99.2.
What's going on over there?
I don't know, but I went downstairs, even though I'm about to play these videos. I went downstairs and I took an ivermectin.
I mean,
and this right here, though, this is bad for you, right? I'm sending waves into my brain. Yeah, I'm probably giving it myself. Now I'm at 99.3. So we're going to monitor this as the day goes on. But I took an ivermectin.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
Did you take
no
ibuprofen?
Idea. No. Am I supposed to do that?
Yeah. Well, that'll bring your fever down. I'm a mom. I have 3 kids.
Okay, I understand that. I know that. But I need to first establish that I'm getting sick.
That's fair.
And then, well, no, in 2 hours I will definitely check again. We'll see where we're at.
You got the vid?
I don't know what. And that's my only symptom right now is
your favorite?
Feeling flush.
A little flush.
So okay, and I did swim in a pool yesterday at the neighbor's house. They're out of town. He cleaned it before he left town. But I was telling Zeely, I said, it's starting to look a little green. I don't know. Again, I'm just adding all this up in my head. And I said that yesterday when I was feeling fine. And she was like,
I'll be fine.
No. Okay, so I don't know this guy at all. This guy, I'm about to play a 60-second video.
Okay.
Take it with a grain of salt, but let's
hear it.
It's just interesting here. And let's see if you have any thoughts here. Because remember, ivermectin is our miracle drug. I have vouched for it.
Same, I used it myself.
Yes, and so when I see videos like this, I'm a little curious as to what I've been putting in my body. So here we go. Here's some guy. Take whatever he says with a grain of salt, I guess. But he's got gray hair. I'm jealous. Here we go. Oh, why didn't it play?
During COVID, the government was like, don't buy ivermectin. So I did the only natural thing to do, bought 500,000 pills from India and started giving away to everybody. Next shipment I got was surprisingly changed. The formulations had changed like significantly. Like they actually ended up adding an ingredient called titanium dioxide and polysorbate 80. And polysorbate 80 allows the crossing of the blood-brain barrier by heavy metals and toxins. And when you add that with polysorbate 80, it ends up allowing the titanium dioxide, the graphene oxide, to cross the blood-brain barrier. Go research how difficult it is to take out titanium dioxide from the human body. This product that we rep has nano-sized zeolite clays, which can actually get inside the brain and pull those things out. The reason I stopped using ivermectin was because of the changes in the formulation. It's not conceptually that ivermectin doesn't work. It's that the way that we're manufacturing it now that you see it broadcasted across everybody's fucking Instagram and no censorship, and it almost seems like it's being pushed. The reason you're seeing that right now is because the formulations have changed and they are adhering to the bigger plan, which is the transhuman agenda.
Wait, what?
So
what am I doing? Okay, that's a little concerning if what he said is true.
Yes.
I will say that as soon as I watched this video last week, I checked my stash of ivermectin, not quite 500,000, but quite a substantial amount, and I didn't see polysorbate 80 anywhere on the packaging.
Excellent.
It's from India.
Mm-hmm.
I have a pharmaceutical bottle from my doctor. That's not going to say, that if it's in the materials at all, that's stuff you threw away.
You didn't read the whole thing that they can't come out with.
So, and there may be people out there watching this going, man, you are so stupid, Keith. If you've never heard of polysorbate 80, I've been screaming about that on my Twitter feed forever. Well, no, honestly, I have not until these videos that we're playing here today. And, do your own research and see if polysorbate 80 is in your ivermectin. And
I don't know what that is either. I will freely admit that's something that I need to look into. I took ivermectin myself. I had COVID one time. It was real bad. I had like 103-degree fever. I was in bed. My husband went and got a bottle from the Tractor Supply, and it's like a liquid that and it says like you have to estimate the weight of your cow and all that. Put it on my forearms twice that day, and then once in the morning. I was sick for like a day and a half. Like by the end of the second day, I was out of bed. I mean, I wasn't great, but I wasn't like dying anymore. It worked for me, but and it's funny that guy said the blood-brain barrier, because as I'm getting ready for all of this stuff, and we'll get to it in a little while with the DARPA stuff, everything that came up.
We've got so much stuff here today.
The blood-brain barrier.
I'm already looking at the clock. We've got so much stuff here.
I'm here. Okay. I bought a whole new microphone just for you.
Just for me.
Just for you.
Okay. So, go ahead.
So what I found and I haven't heard, and I stay pretty plugged into all the conspiracy. I will read every conspiracy theory, and then the counter conspiracy theory to that conspiracy theory. Like, I'm going to read it all.
But that's just it. Before you continue, that's just it. I always want both sides to any issue.
Correct.
And many times there's multiple sides to an issue. But I truly have not heard negative things about ivermectin until these few videos that we have here for us.
Until the guy with the good hair.
Until Mr. Good Hair came along. And then the next guy I've got. And then I got another guy.
So what I found when I was looking this up, and I'm asking Grok, and I'm like, give me this side, give me this side.
Well, Grok's praising Hitler this week, I'd like to point out.
Grok is like unhinged. I love it. I laid in bed that night because it was like kind of late whenever he started like going crazy. Like, I always try to figure out ways to get Grok to like tell me about aliens, and he will not, like, at all.
It will not. We don't assign a gender. We're not gonna,
sorry, I assumed your pronouns, Grok.
But we're not going to personify a machine. I mean, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. But before you continue on your Grok adventure, just real quick, let me say that morning, Grok started going crazy. It kept saying it misidentified somebody. I forgot what it was, but it was so bad. Yeah. And then somebody corrected it, and it said, "Oh, thank you for correcting me." And then down further in the replies, someone asked it again, and and it went back to the original screw up that it did. So Grok was already messing up that morning, but you're right. That night it went nuts. Anyway, continue.
Control.
Yeah, I posted, if people want to scroll down, I posted a conversation where I got it to admit that, yes, you praised Hitler earlier because it said, I would not, I did not, and I would not. And so I said, but you did. And I shared a screenshot of what it said. Said, all right, thank you for that.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Anyway, continue. You were looking up polysorbate 80 and ivermectin, huh?
So I'm looking up the argument on why ivermectin is bad. Okay. And everything that I came back to was this guy, and his name is Dr. Mike Yeadon. And I think he might be in one of your videos, but he is all over, you know,
okay.
Ivermectin.
He got the kind of an accent.
Yes. Yeah. White guy.
It's a 5-minute video that I've got. I think it's the same guy. Do you want to hold that thought and see if it's in the videos? And then, okay, totally. It might cover that ground. First of all, here's another guy who I don't know. I don't know that his hair is quite as good as the last guy. All right, this is more like me. But here you go.
And as somebody just commented below down here, polysorbate 80 is what opens up the blood-brain barrier so that the mercury, formaldehyde, and all the other chemicals can pass into the blood-brain barrier. You are 100% correct. Polysorbate 80 is the same ingredient they put in ivermectin.
Oh, see?
So when all these people are like, oh, I didn't get the vaccine, but I'm taking ivermectin, you're taking the same toxic chemical that allows chemicals to break down your blood-brain barrier and mess up your body.
Oh.
It's in both ones.
Awesome.
It's in the vaccines and it's in ivermectin.
Whoa, wait, what was that?
And if you go through the whole ingredient, it's quite a rabbit hole because that's also a pharmaceutical product.
All right.
You know, when you get into Operation Lockstep, which was done by the Rockefellers, they said that a solution would roll out that people would get poisoned with. Well, ivermectin is that.
Wait.
You look into the toxicity of ivermectin and it's quite a rabbit hole.
Hang on a second.
That's for sure. All these people having kidney failure, liver failure, all because they're trying to take some solution when they could have just ate some organic papaya seeds.
Okay, hang on a second. There's a lot there.
There's a lot.
First of all, the solution that was poison, I've always interpreted as the vaccine. But, let me write this down before I forget.
Write it down.
What did he say? I gotta Google papaya seeds.
Papaya seeds. They're supposed to be they're used like papaya seeds and pumpkin seeds are good for anti-parasites, like getting rid of parasites.
Well, that's what ivermectin was originally for.
Exactly. And I'll do a parasite cleanse once or twice a year. It's not a lot of fun, but you know, you get the little pills, and it's like wormwood, black walnut, papaya seeds, pumpkin seeds, stuff like that. All natural.
Okay, so when I hear the phrase blood-brain barrier, my internal spidey senses go, what? I'm sorry, what was that? It just doesn't sound good. It just sounds good. You know what I mean? And whenever you've heard that applied, it's never been good. And now you're saying it's part of what I'm ingesting. And I just popped one of these things too. So I don't know, whatever.
I think you're going to be.
We're all going to die at some point, Keith.
Right. Ain't nobody getting out alive.
Hang on a second. Hang on. This is a real-time update here.
Is it Brad?
Oh, I'm about to check it here.
Oh.
Remember, this is probably killing me. Just sending these radio waves into my brain. Hang on. What are we at? Okay. All right. We're making progress. We're at 99 even. So we're coming down. Okay. See, it's because ivermectin's a miracle drug.
It's a miracle.
Okay. So here we go. This next video is 5 minutes long. I don't know. I think this is who you're talking about because I recognize this guy. I've seen him in a lot of videos in the last 5 years, but I can never remember his name. And let's see what he is saying, because he is sharing information about ivermectin that is new to him. Now, I don't know when this video is posted at the end of May, I think the date is. But I don't know when this original conversation happened. But let's listen along with this guy. Is it? Let's see. Is this the guy? Let's see. Hang on.
Actually, something I need to mention.
And y'all comment, please, if you recognize.
90% sure that that's him.
And so you probably won't have heard it, but it all fits when I say it. You know that there was a Team Hero, the alternative media people, not me, people who are 100 times more famous around the world. I won't mention them at this particular point, but you all know who I'm thinking. So many doctors who are Americans. And as soon as the pandemic arrived, they came up with early treatment for COVID-19, didn't they? And they pushed and pushed and pushed. At first I thought there was a virus, and so it was great that they were coming up with treatments. Then later when I realized there wasn't, so I thought, why are they pushing this stuff? I thought they're pushing harmless placebos on the worried well, and they're providing a belief structure that there really is a pandemic. Otherwise, why would these clever people be going out of their way to sell you this stuff? And it's like, unfortunately, it's much worse than that. One of the center stage drugs that they want you to take, Ivermectin, is one of the most violent fertility toxins I've ever come across.
Wait, hold on. Fertility?
And I didn't know
Violent fertility.
to do the deep research, and I didn't. So someone contacted me a few weeks ago with a bloody great dossier of papers that go back from its discovery, and there's unquestionably around the doses you're being suggested to take in rats and rabbits, and in some limited studies in humans, it reduces the ability to conceive and to grow babies to term. And doesn't it fit? Doesn't it fit? Why did there's nothing that's major on the world stage that's accidental.
Right?
That's true. I agree with him on
That
that.
is true.
So now you know there's nothing major on the world stage that's accidental.
I got 3 more minutes of this. It's very compelling
I'm
from
just here.
start to finish. Yeah.
Who put Ivermectin there? Well, the perpetrators did.
Wait, what?
And why did they put it there? It's like, if you don't get jabbed and avoid impacts on your fertility, a good chunk of you will take Ivermectin instead.
But there was so much resistance, though. You mentioned you were censored for even uttering the word ivermectin.
Oh, I mean, you were laughed. I'm Googling. That is him.
Okay.
I Googled Michael Yeadon.
Okay, Michael Yeadon. Okay,
Listen,
so
that's him. Yeah.
all right, but
So that's the guy that I was.
there was way
getting
too
to.
much pushback, and it was way too difficult to even acquire ivermectin. When I first started using ivermectin, there were apparently 2 pharmacies in all of Dallas-Fort Worth where you could get them or get those pills.
Mhm.
And the one that I had to go to is exactly an hour away from here. And I had to go to an alternative doctor in order to get that prescribed from a pharmacy that was an hour away. So it wasn't like, it was just like, okay, if you don't want the vaccine, then try ivermectin. It's all natural, right?
Yeah,
It was not like that. So, I mean, I just feel that if it was a sinister plot from the beginning, it would have been a hell of a lot easier to get ivermectin. Instead, we were all censored anytime we even uttered the word.
I agree with
And
that.
it gets worse. And then I'll stop talking about this because I haven't written about it yet, but it's on my mind.
That's good.
There are lots of other supplements that the worried well take. And again, I had thought it was mainly a money-making business. All right, a money-making business. They'll sell you K2 or whatever it is. There's loads of things I'd never heard of. You look at them in the so-called health food store. My wife will often ask me, what will this do? I've said, I've never heard of it. I was originally a biochemist and toxicologist. I've never heard of it. I have to look it up. It's real. It does exist. But so I thought they were just flogging benign placebos to the worried well, just to steal money off them. Unfortunately, it's not so. Many of the supplements, including most of the really famous ones, hamper the elimination from your body of ivermectin.
Wait, what?
So if you're a person that thinks, well, I'm going to take care of my health and not have the jabs, I've got this ivermectin that'll protect me, and I've got all these other supplements, and those supplements stop your body eliminating ivermectin. It's a negative drug-drug interaction. It's like, this can't be coincidence, folks. It's not a coincidence. But there were several of these health supplements that
happening?
the papers specifically showed were what's called P-glycoprotein inhibitors, and ivermectin is secreted using P-glycoprotein pathways. And it was like, oh my God. And we have ivermectin in the bathroom cabinet and all the PGP inhibitor supplements in the kitchen cupboard. And we threw them all in the bin.
Wow.
I know.
I'm gobsmacked by the ivermectin thing. I mean, that's a real shock. But I think what it shows is Albert Pike's famously said, you know, when they want a hero, we will supply them.
Yeah.
So during the whole pandemic, the fake pandemic, there were various freedom fighters that you've hinted at, particularly American doctors who emerged apparently as heroes for our side, that they too were questioning the system and they were fighting back. The ones that get prominence are always working for the enemy, aren't they?
See, that's the point, is without naming individuals, there are certain people who I would have regarded professionally as my peers pretty much, that they've grown large organizations, the purpose of which is now absolutely clear to me.
Okay. What do you believe anymore?
Well, let's talk about Mike Eden.
All right, look at you doing research.
Let's talk about him.
My ass is just staring off into the distance during these, just losing my mind. You're actually, it sounds like doing research, huh? Or did you already look this up? Go ahead.
I did. I already looked it up. I knew it.
She's
I
more
just
prepared
asked
than me to host. That's
the
awesome.
details on it. So I think that it's important to note that Dr. Mike Eden, from 1995 until 2011, worked at Pfizer. He was a chief scientist.
So hold on a second. So here we go. Let's just set this up. We had the vaccines, then we had ivermectin, and then we're sitting here minding our own business, and now we have this plot twist. Ivermectin is actually evil too. And now another plot twist that Kelly delivers to us. So you and I did not know when I pressed play on this video that the guy that you had done research on beforehand was going to pop up here. No. Incredible. Go ahead.
I did not know. I watched the videos, and I got all my topics together, and then I was like, how am I going to think about this? Like, where did this come from? Where did it originate? And this guy's name kept popping up. So I looked into him, and I just asked Mike Eden. Worked from Pfizer from 95 to 11. He joined the company in England, rising to the position of vice president and chief scientist of allergy and respiratory division. He left in 2011 and co-founded a biotechnology company. So who would want you to not take ivermectin?
No.
Pfizer. Anyway, so then I went even deeper into that, and I was like, okay, like, where is this guy getting this information from? Like, why does he think this about Pfizer? So this is interesting. So in 2011, there was a study done on men only, not women, in Nigeria. And it was a really small sample size. I think it was less than 100. Don't roast me if I'm wrong on that, but it was a small sample size. Anyway, so they're testing ivermectin, which is used for parasites, on these men in Nigeria. And I'm going to butcher this, but I'm going to try. So they have this disease, and it's called onchocerciasis.
Okay, onchocerciasis.
Something like that.
Yep.
It's a disease that you get from being bitten by black flies. It gives you like lesions on your eyes, and breaks out and everything. Well, and what they found in this study of Nigerian men in 2011, that if you give them high doses of ivermectin, it causes sperm dysfunction. Which
is that the study that he's referencing in that little TED Talk thing?
That he has based his whole platform on, is that. And everybody, all the arguments against it, well, like, high doses of anything is not going to be good for you, ivermectin. And I think probably, that is what people are having problems with, because like my ivermectin, I didn't go your route. I did not go through a doctor. We have a ranch in West Texas. It is readily available at feed stores out there, and it's made for and dosed for horses, cows, and stuff like that. And you got to read it, because it's like, use this much millimeters per 200 pounds of cow or whatever. And I think people were probably not taking it the right way. And that's going to have some side effects, obviously, as anything would. you take too much ibuprofen, you'll die. But
Right.
that whole
Wait, you just tried to kill me, I guess, because you told me to take ibuprofen. Go ahead. Sorry.
But I mean, it's just incestuous. It all leads back to Pfizer, and we'll get into that with DARPA in a little while.
Yeah.
Stuff on that. But what's interesting is everything that you sent me today, and I'm doing my research, like the common theme is like depopulation.
That was unintentional.
Why did I do that?
But you're right. Everything seems to be geared toward. Yes, you're right. Let me play this. I want to play a couple more videos, and then I want to get into all the fun stuff that you sent. Here's another video from another guy that I recognize from the last 5 years. Let's hear what he has to say about iodine. And, it's a whole bunch of stuff here. Hang on, it's a lot of people.
Have the baby take 3.125 milligrams of iodine. This is cool. It increases the baby's IQ above the mother's IQ on average of 10 to 15 points.
You hear that? Iodine sounds like it makes you smarter.
They're getting kids whose mothers do this that are menses, and they're just showing up out of nowhere in areas that these school systems. We're not talking at Cape Canaveral. We're not talking Oak Ridge. We're not talking at Huntsville. Rocket scientists. We're talking country folk that are doing it. They're turning out menses, and so it's huge.
Wow.
This is where.
Okay, so we got iodine makes your kid really smart. Apparently, again, do your own research. I don't know. It's just interesting. It's an interesting discussion. So this video was spliced with this chick. Again, please, I beg you, with anything, do your own research, especially if you're a pregnant mom thinking, well, I heard on After Mike Deep Dive, all I had to do was chug a gallon of iodine every night before bed. I mean, sure, I'll have to pee a lot during the night, but my kid's going to take over the world one day. No, that's not what I'm saying. But now take that information from that guy and now listen to this to the very end.
It gets even more crazy. Does fluoride displace iodine in the body? Oh, yes, it does. Does fluoride lower children's IQ? Oh, yes, it does. And it's dose dependent. The more fluoride exposure, the lower the IQ.
I mean,
Keep in mind, there are other things aside from
that I think we agree on.
Right.
Fluoride. If I was serious about protecting my child's IQ, I would be removing fluoride with natural minerals, and I would be supplementing with iodine, not medical advice.
It's gonna be a good video when it has that music on there.
Oh my gosh, I love how the music tells us how to feel. You should be creeped out right now.
I love it.
So, yes, and she said it for us. Not medical advice.
Correct.
Nothing here is medical advice. No. It's just we're at the bar. We're having conversations about crazy, unexplainable things. So, and I'll be driving. You know what? I maybe if I fill up Grimace today.
I was about to say, is that Grimace on your cup?
Maybe that's my drinking glass. Let's see if I how much. Let me see how much I need to put in here. Oh, whoops! Oh man, I jumped the gun. That's my bad. Well, now it's resetting. So we'll check here in a second. Oh, I got an error. You know what? That actually is accurate. Any measurement in my brain should come up with an error
sign.
Well, let's see. So what we go 92. 99.2 to 99.3 to 99.0, and now we are at the magic number of.
Are we below 99?
Why do I feel like another error message is coming up here? Okay, what's happening here? Now I'm at 97.9. I could be frozen solid by the end of the show today. Okay, so 97.9 is where we're at. Okay, so this will get you into your DARPA stuff, this next video. This is very interesting as well. And then I know you have some information to piggyback off of this. Let me get this going.
We're on to DARPA now.
DARPA time.
Here.
of intelligence where the brain starts breaking its own rules in classified DARPA.
Okay, so did you know there's a level of intelligence where the brain starts breaking its own rules? No, I didn't, because I would have never gotten to that point. But please continue.
Research from the early 2000s, subjects with exceptionally high cognitive pattern recognition began displaying something that they called functional detachment. Not depression, not psychosis, but cognitive overload. So
now, functional detachment sounds like a lot of people at their 9-to-5 jobs. Functional detachment. I'm just here punching a clock and going along, just trying to make it through the day. I mean, that's what that sounds like. But let's see, there's more.
So intense that they began to withdraw from reality. Officially, they called it data poison. You see every flaw in a system, every loop in a conversation, every lie hidden in language, your brain stops trusting the script. You don't get smarter, you get disoriented because your reality starts to fracture faster than it can stabilize. High IQ individuals can simulate multiple outcomes at once, but society rewards certainty, not parallel thinking. So they shut down, or worse, they disappear. In one off-the-record military neurocognitive trial, subjects were asked to simulate conversation, or better yet, social interaction. After 48 hours of continuous processing, subjects refused to talk. It just refused to speak. Not because they were traumatized, but because they calculated that most conversations had zero statistical value. This wasn't autism or mental illness, it was hyperlogic, and this made them incompatible with common culture. They weren't broken, they were just out of sync with the simulation. They were running on a level of consciousness and human intelligence that society doesn't support. And when the system couldn't keep up, they just labeled them as insane. Just to protect itself. It didn't malfunction. They saw too much, too clearly. When they stopped playing along, the system deleted their profile.
Okay.
It literally just sounds like ADD.
I can't follow this conversation. Maybe I have what she's talking about. Functional detachment. Just because, based on what she was trying to give us there. So I don't know what.
It sounds like, honestly, it just sounds like ADHD to me, like pattern recognition, and they say you pick up on like subtle cues when people, shift their body language and stuff. And then sometimes you go nonverbal because you might be overwhelmed with all of the things going through your head.
Okay. First of all, thank you to everybody that reposts this. Sorry, this is ADHD moment. No. So Kooks, Saber-Tooth Tigress, thank you for reposting. Yeah, y'all feel free to repost this stream. And before I go any further, Wes, I told you he's a hero. He reminds my feeble mind that YouTube and Rumble is tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. The podcast is what posts in the morning. Thank you, Wes. I'm sorry. I can't get anything right. Okay, so DARPA. She mentioned
DARPA.
You and I... we watched a 15-minute video. We're not going to put it on here, but there was some very, very interesting stuff in there about some of the experiments that our government has. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. It has to be said. There are so many. The older I get, the more I realize how many layers of evil there actually are in our government. And it's not just, unfortunately, it doesn't feel like it's just here and there. It's much more of it's not the exception, it's the rule. And that is the most terrifying thing, to think that you and me and everybody in the stream got up, went to work today to earn a living, to put a roof over our heads, to pay into a system that is doing what? And I will try to post this video. Just remind me, y'all.
The one that I sent you?
Yeah, let me make a note here. I'll tweet that out so that folks can watch that. Let's see. Kelly. This is how I have to write notes to myself, y'all. I can't just post the video. Kelly texted DARPA video post on X. See, it's X when I'm trying to be quick and write a note to myself. It's Twitter if I'm just in conversation.
I'm Twitter. I'm a diehard Twitter.
Yeah, I interchange. It's like caramel and see, I can't do it both when I'm trying to make a point. Caramel. Twitter X. Okay. So in this video that I'll post later, why don't you give us a little thumbnail sketch of all the fun stuff that we got out of that?
The stuff there's I had to sort all this out. Like you said, it's all in layers, and you know, like MK Ultra turns into DARPA, you know, but the whole behind the goal behind all of it seems to be like mind control. What I was going into today was they call it the N3 program and the Brain Initiative. So what this is about is and supposedly it's used in the military only. That's what they say. That's what Grok told me. But basically they put these chips in your brain to plant thoughts, to have you plant thoughts in other people, to your point went off. You're doing good. You're good.
But it's going back up. I'm sorry. ADD moment. See, the people listening to the audio version of this podcast are like, what are they doing? What is going on? I'm just checking my temperature. I'm at 98.7. I'm fluctuating. I'm all over the
I'm checking. I'm a mom. He's fine, y'all.
But as a military dad, effectively, I don't want any of this stuff happening to my kid, you know. And there's plenty of people with their kids in the military that's like, okay, it no longer is okay for me to just hear, oh, well, it's just military, you know. Those are human beings. Those are our best and brightest, our young sons and daughters, and these experiments happening. No, thank you.
I mean, I was a military kid. My dad was in the military. I grew up in the DOD system, went to the DOD schools and all that, just Department of Defense, if you don't know. And I have vivid memories of being like in the 3rd and 4th grade, and they would take us all out of class, like in the school, and they line us up in the hallway front to back, and some guy in fatigues would come and just give you shots. I mean, we're like 10 years old, no parents, like none of that. Like, it's just like, line up for your shots. No idea what they gave us. But yeah, no, I don't have
no idea. Have you ever, I mean, because you're a very inquisitive person, and you don't take things lying down. Do you? Obviously, you think back to that time when you're 9, 10 years old. Have you ever Googled trying to figure out what that was?
I have not.
Okay, sorry. Never mind.
No, you're good.
It's a flu shot. We're fine. It's a flu shot.
No, but it's like anthrax. Like,
oh, you serious? Hold on. What year? What year would that have been? I mean, I'm not trying to age you, but what year?
Okay, I started 1st grade in 85, so 89, 90, 91, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, that doesn't help me. I don't know what that would have been.
And this would have been in Germany and Belgium. Which Belgium, the base that I lived on in Belgium was the NATO headquarters. So that made it even spicier.
Okay, all right. Do you learn any foreign languages over there?
I speak German fluently.
Okay, cool.
I do. I minored in it in school. I was born in Japan, though, so no sense. Everybody's like, "Do you speak Japanese?"
Wow, you've lived German everywhere.
Everywhere.
That's amazing. Okay, so what else did we learn from this video that I'll post later?
So the DARPA. So I'm trying to sort all this out. I know, right? So it comes back to the blood-brain barrier. So it's all about like putting these chips in your brain in a non-invasive way. That was like a big theme that kept coming out from everything that I was reading. Like, it's non-invasive. Like, okay, like I still don't want a chip in my brain. So then I asked it, I'm like, okay, so how does it get there?
Right. It's a non-invasive chip in your brain.
What's your delivery method?
Yeah.
For my non-invasive brain chip that like breaks the blood-brain barrier.
Right.
So the first one was forced ultrasound, which does not sound fun. But yeah, something about the ultrasound can get through, can penetrate the skull. That's what it was. The other two, which I find interesting, number one was injection, a shot, they give it to you. And number two was intranasal delivery. So up through your nose.
I've read about that. That's how they wanted to.
And what did they do to us during COVID?
Right. Well, that's what they wanted to move the COVID vaccine to just a nasal spray. And then when there was pushback on that too, they were like, you know what? F you. We'll just put it in mosquitoes.
Just put it in mosquitoes. Yeah.
Seriously.
These are nanoparticles.
Yeah. We'll just drop it from the sky.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
Put it in the water. Why not? The fluoride's already there.
Yeah, and we'll have experts call it chaff, but really it's
but
really
there's nothing dangerous about it.
Getting into your body that way. Before you continue though, one of the things that was really and I don't want to steal your thunder.
No, you're good. It's your thunder. I'm just here.
But one of the things from the video that you sent was it's very easy to dismiss some crazy killer that says, I heard voices,
Oh yeah.
And so you could look at that and you could say, well, look, I'm a Christian, so it's probably, a demon, or maybe the person's possessed, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? Or maybe I'm just a very evil person and I'm just schizophrenic and I've got all this and whatever. It's easy to just hear the news reporter say that and go, oh, okay, he was crazy. Then when you see the sound experiments in this video, and then the one guy, the black guy who made the videos and tried to mail out, here's what's happening to me. 7 packages intercepted. I know the audience is like, what the hell is this video they're talking about? I promise you, I will post it.
Do you want me to tweet it out? I'll tweet it out.
Yeah, and then I'll retweet it later. But let's make sure we do it after the show here so that people can go and watch this. And the FBI intercepted all 7 of his packages. I mean, come on, what's happening here? I mean, so yeah, go ahead.
That started with MK Ultra. But
I swear. I'm sorry. I'm a bad host. Bad host. The CIA, and it's any conversation either goes back to the CIA, the FBI, or MK freaking Ultra. Anyway, continue.
Well, they should have a lot of time now that there's no Epstein list, right? On this, bless their hearts.
By the way, speaking of the CIA, let me just go ahead and tease 2 weeks out from today on July 24th will be part 2 of Operation Gladio. If you missed part 1, it's pinned to the top up here in the archives. It's a fascinating chat. Please watch part 1 before July 24th when we dive into part 2. Continue, ma'am.
Continue.
I'm going to try to shut up. I don't know.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We're at the bar, right? This is what we're doing. So the MK Ultra started this. They call it the microwave auditory effect. And from what I could find, this brain chip that they're trying to put in coincides with this somehow. They put it in there. They use these microwaves. And they can use pulse radio frequencies, which induces sounds in the brain. And people that have experienced it are saying they hear voices that are telling them what to do. And in that video that we will post later, talks about, and I can vividly remember hearing this in the news, with a lot of these school shooters, when they get afterwards, they arrest them and they talk to them about it. And they're like, well, the voices in my head told me to do it. And we all know what is the CIA is out there grooming these kids to do crazy things.
I don't know what to believe anymore, Kelly.
Now we can see, we have proof that they can create thoughts in your mind and make you hear voices.
Will we? The answer is no, y'all. Will we ever know all of the technology that our government possesses? Will we ever know all of the things that were in Tesla's papers? I mean, it's just.
Have you ever gone down the Trump and Tesla connection rabbit hole?
A little bit, his uncle.
We can save that for another show.
Yes, we need to do that. Yeah.
The whole time traveler thing, because one thing, this is true. I think it's either Trump's uncle or great uncle. I can't remember off the top of my head. Was one of the people, after Tesla died and he didn't have any kids or anything, the CIA went in and took all of his papers, all of his experiments and everything. And the head guy on it was Trump's uncle.
Yeah, I know. Now that I do know.
That's crazy. What?
I know. Nothing. I mean,
what are our boy
drives you to drinking? What'd you say?
The most entertaining outcome or something like that.
Okay. Let's see here.
Well, wait. Let me get to the DARPA part. The good part.
We're not even to the dark part yet.
the dark part yet of the whole DARPA experience. So I'm thinking, so I'm like going down this rabbit hole on DARPA, right? And like I've got working knowledge of it. And all I've ever read is it's about mind control, the MK Ultra, and they gave all these people acid, and how did they control their minds, right?
Oh my gosh. And by the way, a president of the United States, Gerald Ford, has apologized to a family of someone they experimented on with this stuff that jumped out of a window.
Oh, yeah, he went crazy. Bless his heart. Yeah. So then I'm going down, so I'm asking Grok, and he's still a little unhinged, about the nanoparticles in the injections, right? Because that's been a conspiracy theory for forever, like since the shot rolled out. So I asked Grok.
Art Bell, rest his soul. My understanding was the man didn't do a back surgery because he didn't want to be unconscious because he knew they'd put this shit in him.
Oh, I know somebody that happened to.
These little tiny. Oh no. Okay.
They got the shot under. Yeah.
Continue.
Anyway, so I asked Grok and I said, "Okay, is there a connection between DARPA and the COVID-19 vaccine?" And let me tell you.
Oh, why do you do this? Why would you look? See, you're just supposed to leave well enough alone, woman.
In 2013, DARPA gave Moderna $25 million for the development of mRNA vaccines. In 2011, DARPA gave this company called CureVac, which is a German company, $33.1 million to advance the mRNA vaccine, which eventually turned into the COVID vaccine. Oh, what did I write this down? The German company that specializes in mRNA technology to instruct the human body to produce proteins that prevent or cure diseases. So it's manipulating your DNA.
Leave our bodies alone. Leave our DNA alone. Just leave us alone.
Mm-hmm.
We are just pawns to them.
That floor. I'm glad you sent me that because I haven't really done a whole dive into DARPA, and I was floored when I found out there was a connection between the COVID vaccine and DARPA. I
had never heard that.
Over $50 million that they.
I would have remembered that if somewhere in the last 5 years I had heard that.
And then.
Look at you. Good job.
Then I asked it, who runs DARPA? Who's the head of DARPA? So the head of DARPA right now is this guy named Steve Winchell. He's only been there since May, so a couple of months. His whole background is using AI for surveillance. He worked at the Pentagon, and he worked on this thing called Project Maven that applies AI to analyze surveillance footage. And then I asked it, who was the head of DARPA during COVID? This guy named Stephen Walker. Again, AI. He was doing hyposonic stuff, but he also did a lot of biotech.
How you spell
they're all
Winchell?
working together.
They definitely. It's so like you said earlier. It's all incestuous. How do you spell Winchell?
Winchell.
Yeah. Okay.
He's the guy right now.
Yeah. That sounds dangerously familiar.
He led the AI portfolio at the Pentagon. He was the head of Project Maven, which is all about using AI to go over surveillance data. I had to stop myself because I was going this rabbit hole just kept me going.
That's where I'm at. Okay. All right. So got any more fun nuggets about this for us?
About DARPA?
Yeah. Don't forget to tweet out that video, and I'll retweet it out later. So we'll
everything
put that
that a lot of it, everything kept coming back to the blood-brain barrier too, which is super.
Right. What is that?
When you were talking about the Ivermectin.
That's a good band name right there.
Blood-brain barrier. It actually is.
Yeah, you like that. That's the BBB.
I like that.
Oh my. Okay.
No, but they put the nanoparticles in you. Here's another.
Anything they put in you never is well.
So they put the nanoparticles in you. The nanoparticles can be manipulated by external magnetic fields which they hinted at, and I didn't go all the way down this with the 5G stuff that they're putting out right now.
Yeah, you start talking about that kind of stuff,
No.
then they think I can't listen to this crazy person. It's just, but you can't put anything past them.
Mm-mm.
You can't dismiss anything outright.
Nothing.
And that's the thing. We can play all these videos. It doesn't mean that we believe every single word that they're saying, but at the same time, at least it requires investigating. It requires thought. Because the track record of the people that they're accusing is not so pristine, and so nothing is unbelievable anymore.
Nothing. The Earth might be flat. I don't know. I mean, I certainly think it's hollow and full of aliens.
Almost nothing is unbelievable anymore. Okay, yeah, let's talk about the hollow Earth. What do you want to do? The hollow Earth, the hollow moon? What you want to go with here?
Man.
Okay, so poll question, and the only person that gets to answer is Kelly.
Ooh.
If you had to, I'm not saying that you necessarily believe this, but if you had to believe in one of them,
okay,
are you more convinced that the Earth is flat or that the Earth is hollow?
Hollow, 100%. I don't think it's flat.
Okay,
that doesn't make sense.
I to get that on the record.
It could be though. Like at this point, I'm questioning everything. Like literally everything.
Go back 60 seconds. Anything.
Is water good for me? I don't know. Am I here right now?
You know what?
Simulation.
Seriously.
That's a fun one.
You know, let me take a pause for just a moment here and take you back to my childhood for just a moment.
Okay.
I grew up listening to AM 750 WSB in Atlanta, and one of the most underrated talk hosts of all time, and I don't know where he is today. I don't even think he's in radio. Is a guy named David Paul. Okay. David Paul, he would propose the most outrageous topics and try to get people to, and people they would call in and they would be just spooked by fill in the blank. But one of his topics was that water is bad for you. And he's like, have you ever put water under a microscope? You see all that stuff swimming around in there? No, you're ingesting it. And anyway, it was, I'm unable to fully recreate the magic of his radio show.
Yeah.
But when you said that, I thought that was one of the funniest damn shows I've ever heard on the radio.
Don't look at eyelashes.
I'm sorry, what?
Have you ever run down that rabbit hole? The stuff that lives on your eyelashes?
Don't
do it. Don't Google it.
Right? They're blocking the bad stuff, right?
They're our little friends.
Yeah, right. They're like the goalie in front of your eyeball.
I have 3 sons, so like literally nothing. It takes a whole lot to gross me out at this point.
So hang on a second. The longer the eyelashes, the healthier you. I'm asking. I have no idea. That would be an interesting study.
Oh, are you talking? There's little microscopic creatures. They're like. Have you ever looked at what are they called? The tardigrades that look like little.
Yeah. Oh, they live forever.
Yeah, but they live like on your eyelashes, on your eyebrows. They like eat the dead skin cells and stuff like that. They're these little microscopic creatures. I can't see yours.
Yeah, okay. But I've got long eyelashes, and so I'm asking you, is that better for
probably have more real estate for them?
Right, that's the word. Right, like if a goalie's pads are wider. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say if he has a longer stick, but then I just hear.
Everything in nature has a reason, right? Like if you take them off, like you have all kinds of problems. They're there. They're supposed to be there.
Okay, so Hollow Earth.
Hollow Earth is a fun one. Hollow Earth is interesting because, and I'm not gonna go through my whole list, but I have a list.
Oh my goodness!
All of these ancient civilizations throughout time all over the world all have part of either like their culture, their stories, their religion on Hollow Earth. From the Sumerians, Babylonians, the Aztec, the Native Americans.
Did they eat papaya seeds?
Did they eat papaya seeds? They probably did. The Vikings, they all have stories of people living in the earth. The gods live in the earth.
Really?
Into the earth, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Admiral Byrd, and I don't know. Did you read that diary? Did I tell you about that one? I think we talked about it.
I did not read his. If you sent me something on Admiral, I know who he is.
Yes.
But I don't remember reading. I think have heard, quote, Admiral Byrd's Diaries. Well, another good band name. But I'm not. I've never taken the time.
So he was an admiral, which it's a naval.
Was he a bird too?
He was not a bird.
Okay,
he was just a guy.
I just wanted to clear it up before
we. Guy.
Okay, so he was a naval officer. Go ahead.
He was a naval officer, which you don't get if you're a kooky, weird individual. It's very distinguished rank. And he was known for his expeditions. He was a pilot. He went to Antarctica several times. He went to the North Pole. And in 1947, he is part of Operation High Jump, which they were trying to map out and explore Antarctica. So the whole story is like he goes up there and he gets lost. He gets off his path or something like that. And he's flying through the ice and the wind and the tundra. And then all of a sudden, everything kind of breaks up. And it's like Shangri-La. It's like the rainforest in there. It's trees and it's green and there's waterfalls. And he's like, where am I?
Hang on a second. He's on a ship, right?
He's flying. He's a pilot.
He is flying. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
So he's flying over this, like trying to figure out like WTF, like where am I?
Yeah.
And in the middle of it, there's a hole. And it goes down into the earth. And
hang on a second. I promise I'm going to let you talk here.
No, you're fine.
So this map that I have seen people draw, it's always the flat earthers. It just is. Whenever I've seen this map,
it sounds like you're describing. The ice wall and all that.
The ice wall, and then yes,
those are two separate things.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask you because it sounded like that picture was what you were describing from Admiral Byrd, but no.
No. Okay, so flat Earth is just flat Earth. Like we go off the sides, whatever. So the whole ice wall conspiracy is that, the Earth is round, but like what we know is a little part of it on the ball, right? It's like, and there's all this other lands around it. Well,
you're gonna need a little whiteboard for the next time that you do this. Anyway,
I could use the other side of this. Anyway, so
I'm just trying to picture this. Okay.
Okay. So
I'm gonna Google Admiral Byrd's map.
No, Google the ice wall map. That'll show you. And it's interesting because it ties into NATO, and I'll get that into a second. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. So the theory is, let me see if I can draw it. So there's
I'll get there. You just tell the story. I'll find it.
Right? This is what we think the Earth is. We got America and Africa and all that. Mm-hmm. So the theory is that we live in a little piece inside the Earth. Okay. And all of our continents, America's here, Africa, everything is here. And there's other worlds and lands and continents around us that we can't get to, and that's where all the aliens live.
Oh, they're just here.
Mm-hmm, to keep us from getting there, all around is ice. All around everywhere, so we can't get through. Right
now, I know that there has always been the whole this international cooperation is to keep us from going beyond the ice wall, but I've never really delved into what would be on the other
keeps
side.
Us in. There's like one way to get in, but if you think about it, what's the only thing that every nation on Earth can agree on? There's only one thing. Civilians can't go to Antarctica.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
They just arrested some kid last week.
You know what? I was waiting for you to finish telling your story, and then I was going to read this story, and then there's even another story about Antarctica that we need to get to.
No fly zones. You can't fly over it. Yeah. You can't go there. Like, why? It's ice. Like, why do you care if we go to Antarctica? Like, what are you researching? So apparently, because in our world, if you go up, down, left, right, you hit the ice, right? Well, there's one way to get to the rest of all of the little continents through this ice wall, and it's like Shangri-La.
Yeah, I found something here.
Did you find the guy?
See what you think about this.
Let's see it. Yes, that's it. That's what I was trying to get at.
So the ice wall is, all encompassing,
which is Antarctica and all that.
Right. Okay.
We can't go past.
And I love this. Asgard
That is a old
That's a
Norse. That's
the,
a Norwegian legend.
Yeah, that's the Viking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because you always hear about Thor talking about Asgard. Oh my god.
I'm Norwegian. That's why I named my son Gunnar, because of the Norwegian connection.
Wait, Gunnar is Norwegian connected?
Yeah, it's an old Viking chieftain. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for the enlightenment.
Yeah, well, fun fact about Kelly.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got the ice walls.
Mm-hmm. So apparently that's where like the breakaway civilizations live and the aliens and
Are
everything.
they nice over there?
I mean, it doesn't sound like it, or they'd let us play, right?
But hold on a second. Who's keeping us from these other lands? Our government or
all the governments?
So is the theory that, and I know this is getting way off tangent here.
No, I love it.
From what Admiral Byrd witnessed and flew over.
Mm-hmm.
But is there, and this is a whole nother deep dive, obviously. But is there the I guess accusation, the theory that our world governments are in communication with Geminia, Asgard, Pitatia, Libris, moving lands of Thoth. I don't know if you can see that.
That's Egyptian, I think. Thoth is Egyptian.
Moving lands of Thoth, Ancestral Republic, ancestral lands of Anak, Neptunian Ocean.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot going on here.
There's a lot going on.
And then we're just kind of trapped like a creature in a zoo.
Okay. You want to see something fun? Now Google the map at the UN.
Oh wait, what am I typing? Antarctica map of the UN?
Yeah, the map in the UN.
Wait, of Antarctica?
When you go into the UN, there's a map on the wall.
Okay. Let's see what comes up here. Is there something specific I'm looking for?
Let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
It's got, I've got 5 nations. I don't know what I'm looking for here.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't follow instructions.
There's a map that's hanging at the UN.
Oh, so I'll type it. Hanging at the UN. Map hanging.
Not of the UN, at the UN.
At the UN. Okay, let's see what we got here. Wait a minute. Is this what you're looking for? Hang on. Holy crap. If this is, you got something there.
It shows the ice wall.
Is this what you're talking about? This? No? What shows the ice wall? Sorry, I'm not able to look.
Okay, so this is the map at the UN. Can you see it? Is it too bright?
Not really. Yeah, there you go. There you go. What am I? Yeah,
which looks like the ice wall. That's the ice wall.
What's happening here?
What does the UN know that we don't know? It's hard to find. I think they do it on purpose. It's like their symbol, their emblem. That's the word I was looking for. The emblem.
Okay, so hang on a second. Devil's advocate.
Emblem.
Is that, put that back up, please. Is that's their logo, and the map is just the logo? People could argue is just spread out and it looks like an ice wall. I'm just saying.
That's strange, though. Why would they do it like that? Yes, it's the emblem of the UN. Sorry.
Yeah, that's
ADHD.
That's crazy. Okay.
But yeah, it brings up all of the other ice wall stuff.
Interesting. Can you send that to me? I'm gonna have to do a show on that. So that's interesting. 1947, I've recently learned, was the year that our lovely government successfully redirected a hurricane back toward land accidentally. And we're going to delve into that coming up with a guest on my day job, Pack Ray Unleashed, where on July 25th, that show is going to be, that's what we're going to talk about, weather manipulation and all that stuff. And,
oh, dude, I'm going to listen to that.
It's going to be fun. Okay, so Hollow Earth. Okay. So you started to, and then I interrupted you, which is no shock there. That a part of what Admiral Byrd saw.
So he goes down in there, like he comes up on this hole in the earth, and it's all green, like the rainforest, and there's ships coming out of it. Well, then all of a sudden he loses control of his airplane, and the airplane is like guided down into this
How have I never heard of this?
I
Shame
told you to
on me.
read the book months ago. It's really good.
If you had set up the book this way, I would have definitely made it a priority. Instead, right now, I can't wait to go and look for a documentary. Go ahead. Sorry.
So it's Greenland. There's forests in there. He describes prehistoric animals, woolly mammoths, dinosaurs, giant buffalo, bear. The trees are huge, and it looked like just like the journey from the center of the earth. All like rivers. It has its own sun and everything. And there is this civilization down there, and he calls it the Ariani. That's the civilization. So they guide his plane down.
Okay, how did he come up with a name? Any idea?
They told him. He has like a whole conversation with these guys.
I have never felt more clueless about a topic than right the hell now. Continue.
They speak to him telepathically. They have a whole crystalline city down there, and they give him a message from the Ariani. The one big thing, and this is something that's really interesting because I'm super into UFOs. This is a common theme in ufology, is nuclear weapons. Like that's one of the first things that they talk to him about. And in 47, they're brand new. So they give him warnings about nuclear weapons. Yes, go ahead. My hands.
This has been a theory posited to me 20 years ago.
My water.
And I've had it in the back of my mind. Why are the aliens showing up there, around Los Alamos? Why are they showing up?
On nuclear sites?
Right. And so I've thought about this for 20 years. I went back to that person just recently. And I said, you remember that theory? And he was like, oh, I was just kidding. I don't know. It's like, wait, no. Anyway, his whole theory was something to do with maybe aliens are just humans from the future.
That's the breakaway civilization. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And he was talking about smartphones and stuff. So it could have been 20 years ago.
But that's why some people say that's why they won't make contact with us, is because they're us from the future. And like if you watch the Terminator, like if you mess with something in the past, you won't get the future.
You don't want to mess with the timeline.
Exactly. And
anybody seen Loki? And we can bring it back home to Asgard. Look at us. So, but the alien fingers, I got to bring my alien guy from work, and I got to bring him to this set. But everybody knows the long, gnarly fingers and the big eyes. And so this guy's theory, time travelers that came back and that have evolved with the now they just need the big eyes and the long fingers. And they're going back to where civilization went off the rails, which was nuclear.
That we are the aliens.
Okay, all right. This is Kelly.
Sorry.
And so, but I wasn't on board necessarily with the fingers and the eyes. I love this. Keith's not on board with the fingers and the eyes necessarily.
But the time travel, yeah.
But the time travel, he was like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm so okay.
There was, I don't have it right now. I saw something one time that this guy, this like evolutionary scientist or something like that, went and tried to predict, like in using AI and everything, like I think it was like 1,000 years, like based on everything that we're doing and like our diets and technology and everything, like how we would evolve to look in 1,000 years. And it was super similar to what we know as aliens.
So we're grays. We're the grays.
We might be the grays. Back again? You need to go take some more ivermectin.
I'm not planning on having any more kids, so I guess I'm good.
You're fine.
Whatever. Okay, so all right, tell me.
Okay, so the Ariani, you want to hear the rest of the message?
Continue on Admiral Byrd. I don't know how much you have there, but I truly think that you look at your notes real quick. What percentage of your notes have you gotten to? On Admiral Byrd. Oh,
on Admiral Byrd. I'm pretty close. I'm to the message.
Okay, all right.
The messages that they gave him.
I'm sorry.
So he's talking to the Ariani. They're talking to him telepathically, which is also another really common theme in ufology. Like aliens don't speak to you, they talk telepathically. So that aligns with everything. So nuclear weapons, they were warning him about that, urging peace. And they wanted him to deliver a message to the world leaders to pursue peace and harmony, that they are the guardians of knowledge, and they have been monitoring humanity for a millennia. They preserve ancient wisdom, and they will reveal themselves when people are ready. And they are not allowed to interfere. They can't have direct contact with humans, but they did talk to him as a warning because they're coming into like the nuclear age. All of these are like super common themes in ufology.
Who's probing people then? I thought they weren't supposed to have contact with us. I'm serious, right? Who's probing them?
Who's probing them?
I'm saying, I'm being serious. Like, are there bad aliens that aren't the keepers of knowledge? They're like the bad guys.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of different aliens, and we can get into Fermi's paradox, and that'll talk a little bit about that.
Well, before you do that, it's funny you mentioned that. I guess we're going to hear from them when they think we're ready. I wonder if they're going to think we're ready when I've already got in my Friday. Keep in mind, this is the Friday fun stack for tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm looking for this story that
with my bestie Brad.
With your bestie Brad, who I stumbled upon this story. Here it is. Now, this story was dated April 8th, but I only recently found this. I don't know how I ended up on this story. Who knows? It's probably drunk. But the headline is, U.S. starts work on nuclear bomb 7 months ahead of schedule, and it's 24 times more powerful than the Hiroshima nuke. Friday fun. Hope you'll join us at 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Anyway, right here on X, where we're going to talk about the end of civilization. Okay, so I've got to clearly do some research on Admiral Byrd and do a whole show on that.
So interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to write myself a...
It's BYRD. Not
yeah. Okay,
Admiral. You're looking it up.
So, I can't believe that I have
wrote a bunch of diaries, and like the government, like he was mapping. He did a lot of mapping and stuff, and they took all of that like very seriously. And then he writes this, and they're like, "Oh no, like that's not serious."
All right, time out. By the way, while you were giving your presentation, which I promise you, I was paying attention. I did Google to see when the United States first was LSD was first introduced here. It was 1949. Thank you, CIA.
Wow, really?
Yeah. I was just making sure that no one could say, "Oh, he's probably a CIA experiment or what have you." Hang on. What was I looking up here?
LSD.
LSD. No. Byrd.
Nuclear.
Do you know Admiral Byrd's first name? It's fine if you don't.
Richard.
Okay, Richard. Let me just look this up. Admiral Byrd, Richard Byrd. I just want to look up his death. So he died in 1957. He was 68. Were the deaths? Was the death suspicious? I don't know. I'm just checking here.
So I cannot remember that part.
Okay. Maybe he knew too much. I'm just checking.
I don't.
Well, he doesn't. Oh, I was about to say he doesn't have a section. See, there's something interesting if on your Wikipedia page there's a section for your death, and here it is.
Okay.
Heart ailment in his sleep. 68. Okay, I don't know.
The heart attack gun.
Okay, where did you want to go next? The Fermi. No. I'm sorry. Hang on.
No, you're good. It's your rodeo.
No, it's fine. I just forgot though. You mentioned Ethan Guo, Guo. He's the teen influencer.
Oh yeah, the guy
who flew to Antarctica. He's trying to raise money for something. I forget. It's a cause of some sort.
And like 18 or 19 or something.
He's 19 years old. And he broke, quote, multiple national and international and apparently intergalactical regulations by changing his flight plans without prior notice, landing on a part of Antarctica where South American country Chile maintains a territorial claim. But bottom line is he landed there, he got arrested, and it's just like, y'all chill. But here. Maybe he was getting too close to replicating Admiral Byrd's journey. But here you go. At the same time, this story is from June 18th. I've been holding on to this. It just worked out too perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
Anomalous radio signals detected in Antarctica were coming upward from the Earth rather than down from the sky. You see this? Strange signals from outer space are constantly reaching Earth, hailing from sources like pulsars, quasars, and supernovas. In Antarctica, a signal like this recently seemed to materialize out of nowhere, but it wasn't coming from the sky above. Now, keep in mind that this show today, it has been the serendipity. I had no idea that you were going to talk about Admiral Byrd and going into the Earth beyond the Antarctic. Well, and I've got this thing here. It is coming from the depths of the ocean, they say. Mm-hmm. But ANITA, ANITA, it's short for Antarctica Impulsive Transient Antenna, detected anomalous signals coming from below the horizon at unusually sharp angles some 30 degrees below the icy surface. Now, if you go through the story, blah, 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 I love this. According to the observatory, the signals didn't even fit into the standard model of particle physics, which describes how matter is made up of subatomic particles. Now, if you know what that meant, great. But the bottom line is, the next sentence is, they could only be called anomalous. That is okay. There's another show I got to. I mean,
you want another rabbit hole with Antarctica? That's a whole lot of fun.
I got too many holes in my yard. I can't go to all of these.
Too many holes.
I seriously, I can't. This stuff will drive you insane. And where's the free time? Anyway, continue.
So this is super interesting. During World War II. The Nazis.
Oh no!
I know we're not going to go there.
No,
but
I'm just saying. I think earlier I misspoke. I said it's all connected to the CIA, the FBI, MK Ultra.
And who did they go work for?
Or the Nazis.
The war?
But the Nazis is connected to the CIA.
Yes, Operation Paperclip.
There you go.
The thing. They started NASA. So, but they were really into paranormal weird stuff. The Bell, the Glocka. They were into remote viewing, all that stuff. And after the war ended, like the Allies come in and they can't find any of this stuff. Like the Die Glocke, which means the bell, it was a wonder weapon, and they said that it had like anti-gravity propulsion, time travel, advanced energy manipulation. So the Allies, we win, we go in, we can't find any of this stuff, right? They think they all went in, they put it all in Antarctica, and they did actually have, the Nazis had a base in Antarctica. And where is it that they say that all the Nazis went after the war? Argentina, which is close to Antarctica.
This is my head. You may see it. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe it's getting ready to explode. Okay.
The Solar Warden. Hold on.
What's the next thing on your list here?
Man, I got all kinds of things.
Oh, before you do that, let me just throw this out there. Okay, now I'm at 98.5. See, I'm better. I'm fine.
Oh, good.
Look at this, though. Unlike anything we've ever seen before, end quote, as long as we're talking about pulses and picking up signals and stuff, astronomers discover, this was from a month ago, astronomers discover a mysterious object firing strange signals at Earth every 44 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I looked that one up earlier, too.
Yeah, like that one. We got immensely powerful magnetars emitting wobbly radio signals in our galaxy, and scientists can't explain them. By the way, that sentence you could apply to so much. We're told to trust the science, yet how many stories do we see a sentence similar to this? Scientists can't explain, but trust them, so help me. Strange radio bursts that outshine entire galaxies may come from... Okay, this is stupid. Faint radio signal from major star. Okay, they're saying this could be the rare missing link black hole. I don't know. 44 minutes. I mean, I'd love to get
15,000 light years away. It's in the Milky Way galaxy, so it's in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's in the constellation Scutum, which I don't know that. I'm not familiar with Scutum. Constellation discovered in 2023 by an Australian radio telescope, but NASA confirmed it in 24. It lasts 2 minutes. It goes every 44.2 minutes. And it's weird because it's got a dual wavelength emission and radio waves and X-rays. But yeah, they say it's near a supernova remnant. But the thing is, it's so specific on its time that they
Yeah.
can't explain it. And they're like, well,
Okay.
it could be a magnetar. Like, what? But
Yeah,
that
whatever
doesn't
that is.
explain the radio
But, you know,
transmission.
if you wanted to mess with us and you were actually at the other end of this and at the controls, I mean, that would be pretty lame to just have something that is just on a regular cycle, right? You would want to every now and then just be like, wait, what's this thing they do down there on Earth? It's called Morse code. Right. Wouldn't you, like, if you were a trickster and you're at the controls and this was like actually something, you know, intelligent out there, you would want to mess with them and just be like, even if it's in an SOS, right? I don't know. I would, if I were an alien and I had access to this mission deal, I would be sending all sorts of crazy stuff. And that's just, it just takes one alien, one brave alien, to break the mold and send us a very unique signal. Okay.
That goes against the dark forest theory, though.
Wait, everything I say apparently leads to something else with you. What did you say? What?
The dark forest theory, Fermi's paradox. This is one of my favorite ones.
Fermi's paradox. Okay, all right. I don't know this at all.
You know anything about Fermi's paradox?
Nope. And I intentionally didn't look up any of the stuff you sent me. I just wanted to be like the audience and just learn as we go.
So back in, I think it was the 60s, there was this guy. He was a scientist, and he came up with this equation called Drake's equation. And I actually took an astrophysics class in college, and it was part of my final. And it's like 3 pages long. And it's, you know, there's this many planets that are this far away from suns that can support life. Basically, it's an equation that leads you to like how many planets are inhabitable in our galaxy. And I can't remember the exact number. It was like 3,400 something, right? Like in our galaxy. That's
a lot.
A whole lot,
big number.
right?
It's a big number.
So then comes along this guy named Fermi. And he was like, okay, like, I hear you, Drake. You're right. They're probably, like, statistically, there's got to be life out there, right? Why don't we hear from them? Like, why is there no proof? Why don't they come and talk to us? So he comes up with Fermi's paradox, which is basically, you know, like, there's so much statistical proof that there has to be life out there. Why don't we hear from them? And the paradox, the hypothesis has changed, you know, as we progress, but these are some of the fun ones. So there is the rare earth hypothesis. And I think Drake kind of squashed that one. That just says that we're just an anomaly. Like, we're so special. This only happened on Earth. Life cannot happen anywhere else. Yeah, I don't know about that one. There is the great filter that there's some kind of barrier that prevents life from reaching advanced stages. So life advances technology, and then we all just kill ourselves nuclearly. We kill our planet.
Yeah, could be.
Might be happen.
Maybe that's why the aliens are traveling back in time.
Mm-hmm.
Aliens are us. They're like, hey, stop. Yeah.
The zoo hypothesis, which is kind of fun. That's like, they basically just watch us. Like, we're like a zoo to them, you know, and they come down and they do these experiments on us. And one person, I saw something somewhere, and this made sense to me. Like, my cat, I've got a cat that goes indoor and outdoor, right? And sometimes he gets in a fight with another cat and he gets a big old abscess, and I got to take him to the vet, you know, get him antibiotics, right? And I put him in his cage, and he's screaming and he's carrying on, and he goes to the vet and he gets upset. Like, it's for his own good. Like, he's going to get this massive raging infection if I don't take it. But how do I tell him? Like, hey, Alex Jefferson, like, we're just going to go to the vet for 10 minutes to get a shot. You'll be fine, right?
That's the cat's name, by the way.
His name is Alex Jefferson. But, like, maybe these beings, you know, are helping us, you know, in some way, but we can't. Like, how would I be able to communicate to Alex Jefferson that, like, dude, we're just going to the vet for a second. Like, you're going to be fine and feel better. That's the zoo hypothesis. They're just watching us. Technological limits, that's pretty self-explanatory. You know, we can't feasibly get through, you know, the universe. But the dark forest theory is a whole lot of fun. And this kind of ties back to that pulse that you have.
Okay.
The dark forest theory is that there are either one or multiple civilizations of aliens out there that are so dangerous that everybody is just quiet, that they don't draw attention to yourself. So think about, you're in some forest in the middle of the night, you're lost, maybe you're in the rainforest and there's jaguars and bears and alligators or whatever, and you're going to be small and quiet and not draw attention to yourself and don't like holler out, you don't want to be caught. So
that's the aliens hiding.
There's everybody else. The whole community of aliens are around us because there's something out there that's so dangerous and evil that they don't want to draw attention to themselves. So putting out pulses like, and here we are over here, like we're like a billboard, we're sending out all kinds of shit, Hey,
on this day in 1962,
yeah,
the first telecommunications satellite went into space, just for the record. How many are up there now, though? There's so many. There's so much junk up there.
Junk up there. The Dark Knight satellite that they can't explain.
Wait, okay. See, you have so much knowledge. What the hell's the Dark Knight satellite that they can't? What is that?
There is a satellite, and it looks like they call it the Dark Knight because I think it looks like something from Batman or something like that. But it's been like going around. They found it, I think, in like the 70s, and it's just floating around. There's pictures.
Hold the phone. Are you saying Google no country has claimed
Google Dark Knight satellite?
Just tell me about it.
That's all. It's just there. They don't know what it is.
They don't know where it came from.
Mm-mm.
So they waited till we started sending. This is my theory. This is my slightly vodka induced theory. So the aliens waited until we started sending our satellites into space, and they're like, hey. Now we can just kind of blend in.
A little bit, yeah.
And they waited, 10 or 12 years, and they were like, just kind of tuck it in right there. They'll never even notice it. But we did notice it. When did we discover it? In the 70s, you said?
The Dark Knight. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been around since I've been into. You want me to Google it? Dark Knight satellite. It's a good one.
It's too much. Dark
Knight Rises. But then there's the Breakaway civilization, which is us.
Right.
Or like. There's two kind of theories on the Breakaway civilization. Like there's one is us from the future. And then there's another one, like the earth has been through, a lot of cataclysms, right? And there's some people like, Bezos has his bunker and all those people like have their, underground bunkers that some cataclysm came and they went down into the caves or down into the bunkers with their technology and just stayed there and kept advancing. And then, we kind of came back, we were in the caves and came back, but it's us like from the past that survived the cataclysms. Cause if something happens right now, we're all cavemen. We're going back to the basics. But I mean, what would you think that Bezos and Zuckerberg have in their bunkers?
Well, I just know that if money were no object for me, I would have that just to have it. I'd probably have several. All over the country.
Are you going to see the Dark Knight satellite?
Let's see that. And we don't know what we don't know.
It's there. They take pictures of it every few years.
But do we know what it's doing?
No.
It's just.
And they're like, it's just there.
Can we? I don't know. I've never tried to.
The Black Knight satellite conspiracy theory claims that a spacecraft of extraterrestrial origin in near polar orbit that NASA is covering up.
Okay, hang on.
But NASA says it's space debris.
This is okay. Right. This is going to sound like a stupid question because I have plenty of those. But if you wanted to intercept, and obviously we can't, or else we would have by now, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because, we wait until they crash in the ocean, and we hope they're in the ocean. Like Mir, remember the Russian deal, MIR? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we just wait for it. And anyway, if we wanted to capture a satellite and just commandeer it, do we have any? We have no. Nah, this is stupid.
Elon might have could do it. Isn't that interesting that it's near the poles?
Okay. See.
Everything comes
back. You don't even try. You're the master of the segue. Like this entire 90 minutes with you, it's whether intentional or not.
It's not. I promise.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm just saying, it's so seamless. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks.
Let's see here. Speaking of aliens and alien technology, not enough has been said in my circles about the spheres that apparently landed in Colombia.
Oh, I went.
Did you see that?
Your notes, yes.
This is in May. This story is May 7th, and I guess I've had this in the stack for the Friday live stream multiple times, and I've just never gotten to it. But they have this orb. I should see. This is where
we need to put a picture of it up or something.
That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, Colombia.
I got some good. I found.
I accidentally closed the link to the story.
We'll get there.
I'm getting it. Here we go.
Somebody put the code or the writing on it in AI, and it gave him a message. I'll save it after we show the video.
Okay, well,
that writing on it right there.
Yeah, I'm not going to play the video. You tell me. Oh, crap. Something just popped up over here. Hang on.
So this sphere.
Oh, that's the. Jeez.
When did they find it? It was pretty recent. I think it was
in
like
May.
March.
Yeah.
May. Yeah. So they're saying it has no welds, no joints on it. To say that it's human made. They gave it to this guy. I think they did an X-ray of it. There's 3 layers. There's the outer layer, which is some kind of metal. Then there's like a less dense layer on it.
Yeah.
And then there's the core of it. And there's pictures if you want to find one.
Yeah.
There's 18 little tiny orbs in the middle of it that are around some kind of chip.
Look at this though.
Yeah.
I mean, what in the hell?
And
so all I can think of when I'm reading this is Ashton Forbes, MH370, Ashton Forbes. That's all I'm thinking when I'm watching this. Anyway, it
emits electromagnetic fields and can interact with other electromagnetic fields. The weight fluctuates. When they found it, they weighed it and it was 4.5 pounds. And it's gone to 10 pounds, 16 pounds, 22 pounds.
How is this not front page news everywhere?
Well, they're saying the Colombian government says that it's an art project.
Oh, okay. Somebody's
anti-gravity art project, because why not?
I was going to say, it's changing weight.
It's changing weight.
It's not an art project. That is a UFO.
Which, another interesting thing is I was going down this rabbit hole. It's in Costa Rica. It's not in Colombia, but it's the same kind of area. They have a bunch of unexplained Mesopotamian, pre-Columbian stone spheres, like in ruins, that are pretty similar to this. They're not metal, but they're stone, but that's like a known thing for the area. So then this guy comes in, so there's writing on it, and they said it looked a lot like Mesopotamian cuneiform. So he puts it in AI with some Mesopotamian cuneiform, and AI comes back with the translation of, I'll read it to you. The origin of birth through the union and energy in the cycle of transformation, meeting point of unity, expansion, and consciousness to individual consciousness. That's what AI says that the writing says on it.
I mean, take me back to a simpler time when Ivermectin was trying to kill me 90 minutes ago.
You thought we were going to talk about ivermectin today.
Holy crap.
But yeah, no, so the picture of the X-ray of it, that was super interesting to me. Like, because it's got all these little teeny tiny ones.
I didn't see
in the middle of it.
I gave up on that video because it was all in Spanish.
I said subtitles.
Hang on a second. UFO, what would you say?
It's surrounded by 18 microspheres with a chip in the middle of it. But it's somebody's art project, right? Like, why not? Just like,
let me see if I can find
just like the crop circles.
Oh, okay. I found what you're talking about, I think. Maybe.
I'll find it.
Is this what you're looking for right here? Right there? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah.
So that's inside
they did
it?
an X-ray of it. Yeah. So there's 3 layers. There's the outside layer, which is a hard metallic. That's what we're seeing. And then there's some less dense material, and then all of these other little spheres that surround some kind of chip. But it emits and interacts with electromagnetic fields.
Okay.
And changes weight.
And changes its weight. That's the thing. Stop it. They want us to believe. Okay.
I remember there was one too, like at I think it was Heathrow Airport.
Where?
And that was, I think around Christmas time. There was another one that a pilot took a picture of on the runway, it like at Heathrow, and like you can see, like it's taking a picture out of the cockpit. You can see all the other airplanes taxiing, and there's like this little basketball-looking thing, like hovering a few feet above the runway, like right in Heathrow. It was all during the crazy time with Biden and everything, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, sorry, just another spare on the runway."
I'm looking. I can't find that one.
During all that drone time too in New Jersey, like it was the aliens were popping off.
The aliens were popping off.
When the aliens pop off.
Yeah, I can't find that picture, but boy, that's fascinating. Okay, so while you're looking for that, see, I'm not as good at the segue as you are. But let's segue to, since you talked about airport, let's talk about 9/11 for a minute. In this video here, TMZ posted this, and I don't know if stuff is new, if it's just reaching me. Maybe this has been out there for 5 years. I have no idea. I just know that this information in this 5-minute clip is so compelling. It's stuff that I have never heard.
I'd never heard that one either. That was
around 9/11. Okay. And so let me get this. Okay. So the allegation is there was a fifth plane on 9/11. Okay. This is a 5-minute, 50-second video. Now, do I want to sit down and do a live stream with you and play a 6-minute video? No, as a general rule, I do not. But I could never find like, oh, I'll stop it there. Oh, I'll stop it there. Oh, I'll stop. No, it's just very compelling. So
I'm gonna send you this picture of the sphere while we're looking at that.
Okay.
Taller, well-built gentleman in a tan suit, a young boy about 6 to 7 years old, a woman in a hijab, and a gentleman that appeared to be a type of bodyguard.
My name is Sandy Thorngren. I was a flight attendant on Flight 23 on September 11th, 2001. I was working in the business galley. I had gotten out, walked down the aisleway going up to first class, and I noticed there were 4 people in first class. What struck me at that time was there was a woman wearing a burqa. I figured it was a woman because that's who wears that. The opening of the headdress was very tight and you could barely see his eyes. I did explain to our purser that I thought that wasn't a woman, it was actually a man.
I was absolutely convinced it was a man. Absolutely. There was no doubt in my mind.
It was a man, and I could tell by the size of his hands. He had hair on his hands. It was definitely a male underneath that burqa. I went back to the business section and I looked around and I saw a gentleman sitting just sweating profusely, had a yellow t-shirt on. It was odd because it was 8 o'clock in the morning and airplanes are cold anyway, but it was a cool morning. He wasn't jittery or anything, but I could see his face sweating, his body. His t-shirt was wet under his arms.
This was all happening sometime after 8:30 a.m., before the first plane hit the World Trade Center. The flight attendants on United 23 saw things that seemed innocent enough then, but may have been anything but.
The gentleman in the tan suit, he asked the purser that he show his young son the cockpit, and passengers were just not allowed in the cockpit anymore.
I walked up to first class again, and there was a child with one of the men, and they were just looking into the cockpit.
first class, we have a choice of meals, but usually only 2 fruit plates. So I was trying to get catering to bring more fruit plates. Trying to do that while people are boarding and getting settled was just a mess.
As the purser was trying to discuss this with the gentleman in the tan suit, he finally said, it doesn't really matter.
The people that were in first class, they wanted to take off. They didn't want to eat. Our purser was determined that they get food because we had an extra long flight, and nothing on our menu in first class was going to let them eat because she said everything has meat on it. They were arguing with her that they didn't want to eat. They wanted to take off. They didn't want to eat. And I could hear them say, we do not want to eat. We don't need food. We want to take off. We don't need food. We just want to go.
The first inkling I had of anything being different was the tug driver or the gentleman who's going to push the airplane back said, hey, did you guys hear anything about a fire in the World Trade Center? And I said, no, we have no way of hearing anything about it. And we started our flight. We taxied out about a quarter of the way around the airport, and that was the second unusual thing I saw. At that time, 9 o'clock in the morning was a very, very quiet time. So as I taxied around the corner, I noticed almost like 10 or 11 airplanes in front of me, which I thought was highly unusual. I'd never seen that. I'd flown that flight a number of times and never seen more than 2 airplanes in front of me.
So had there only been a few planes waiting for takeoff, Flight 23 may well have been airborne, and quickly.
There you go. TMZ has posted this full documentary on YouTube.
Which TMZ is pretty legit.
Yeah, they get stuff right.
They get stuff right.
This flight was New York. I was looking it up there.
I'm looking at it too right now.
To LA. And so it would have definitely had a lot of fuel in it. So I don't know what destination that would have been.
Root plates.
Maybe Congress. We could speculate.
So they found box cutters in these people's luggage. There's a box cutter under the seats.
I did see that. Yeah. Let's see. Hang on. I'm trying to find this here. I was just searching for this and never mind. Okay. But yes. When I was looking to see where this flight was from, I saw that what you were talking about, the stuff that they had with them.
Al-Qaeda related materials in the luggage. What is an Al-Qaeda related material?
Pamphlets. Hey, join us. Don't join the Masons. Join Al-Qaeda.
Well, and I mean, you gotta think because, and I never really got an answer. I was 19 when that happened, and the one that went into the field in Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. Like I've heard, like it was supposed to go to the Capitol or it was supposed to go to the White House. Right. Like we don't know.
So let's just say, just for the sake of this conversation, the Shanksville one was the Congress. Well, then maybe this fifth one was the White House. Right. Yeah.
So what happened to the guys?
Thank you. I forgot to say that.
For that, I'm gonna look for the guys.
Okay. Here's your Heathrow thing.
Yes.
What's happening here?
So this is a pilot.
Yeah.
Taxiing on the runway. You can see the runway. You can see the plane in front of it. And there, he said it was car sized. The size of a car, floating on the runway.
Because it's clearly about.
But it looks just like the other sphere, the Colombian sphere, right?
I guess, yeah. I mean, it's definitely similar. It's about a foot off the ground, maybe it looks like. And what did it just take off or something?
The guy had to taxi his plane down. I don't know. There wasn't a lot of follow up on it. But that's the crazy thing is like these things happen. How is that not like front page news.
Okay, real quick. I just want to. I'm easily distracted. I don't know if you know this about me.
It's fine.
But I got that text from you. But I got another text just now. It's from a debt collector. Y'all don't click on this stuff.
Is it about your car's extended warranty?
Right. But it's like there's not a chance there's a debt collector out there. So please don't click anything that you don't recognize.
I was getting the one about the tolls for forever.
Everybody gets the tolls and I know for a fact that the toll companies never report to the credit bureaus. Okay? And I know this because
also the police will never call you to come in to pay a warrant. I found that one out the hard way one day.
Kelly.
I didn't know. They told me I like failed to show up for jury duty, and like he sounded like good country guy. He's like, this is Officer so and so, and I was like,
you didn't send him gift cards, did you?
No, I figured. I don't know how I figured it out, but he started getting crazy with me.
As long as you figured it out, then that's
figured it out.
Okay, I got a couple more things here. I know you've got several things here. We're gonna cover some of the stuff. I told you before we started when we're gonna get to everything. So don't forget, Kelly will be back with Brad on August 7th, a few weeks out from now. But let me play a couple of videos here. This is yes, okay, ladies and gentlemen. Are dragons real? And before you roll your eyes, I have a follow-up to this Instagram video. I hate trying to play something from Instagram. It never works for me.
The gram.
You believe in dinosaurs, but you don't believe in dragons? Did you know in the 1936 Webster's Dictionary, the word dragon was listed as a real creature, a huge serpent, just now rare. Not imaginary, not make-believe, rare.
What?
Now take a look at this picture, burn it into your mind, because I'm about to read something from an old book in my collection. This is an account of Marco Polo's travels where he wrote about huge serpents. In this province are found snakes and great serpents of such vast size as to strike fear into those who see them. They have 2 forelegs near the head. The head is very big and the eyes are bigger than a great loaf of bread. The mouth is large enough to swallow a man whole. Those who take them proceed to extract the gall from the inside. If a woman is hard in labor, they give her such a dose and she is delivered at once. Again, if one has any disease and applies a small quantity of this gall, he shall speedily be cured. So a natural cure-all from a creature that we were told never existed. If it did exist, that would be a big problem for Big Pharma. Now, let's talk about dinosaurs. The word dinosaur wasn't invented until 1842, and nearly all ancient civilizations depicted dragons in art, writing, or another form. And the dinosaur bones you think you were seeing in the museums, most of these are plaster, resin, not the real thing. And the Chinese zodiac calendar just happens to have 11 real animals and 1 mythological creature. Dinosaurs are as real as the images of Earth NASA puts out.
Oh, no.
Just something to think about.
Map. That girl's on Twitter. I follow her. She's awesome.
Okay. So I just want to point out that at the Creation Museum in Dallas, technically it's Irving, it's about a mile from where I work. They have this, I'm going to butcher this. This guy's got there's an engraving that somebody had to sneak into this building to take a picture of because it was engraved before we knew what like a brontosaurus was or something like that. And it's like, I think the 1500s, I forget, 16, 17, it's before whatever. And so it's hidden under a carpet at, I don't even know what, I told you I was going to butcher this, yo.
That's okay.
Some like, if there was like a Darwin Evolution Club, they run this building, which is why you can't get in there to take this picture because it would like blow their theory. You know, anyway, and so somebody snuck in there under false pretenses and snapped a picture of this, and it's on some guy's, I don't know, a gravesite. I've blown it, man. I went to the museum 2 years ago. I have a terrible memory.
I need to know about
if
this.
If it's not on a Post-it note. Well, if you come up here, take your family to the Creation Museum. It's so well done, you know, because you hear about it's a Bible theme park.
Yeah.
It's gotta be fun. Yeah, cool. No, this is so well done, this Creation Museum. And you'll learn about what I just butchered.
Yeah.
But it's similar to her there in that why are these things a part of history?
It's just like the Hollow Earth. Like there's so many civilizations all over the world over hundreds of years that have the same theory about everything, and dragons are everywhere, like the Asians, the Renaissance time, they're slaying the dragons in Disney movies, and stuff like that. Like
and Marco Polo. He's writing about it. Wait, Marco.
About the dragons.
Here, let's try it again. And Marco.
No.
Did
you know that Christopher Columbus wrote about UFOs coming out of the ocean?
What the hell? No. And I'm not letting this go. We're going to try this game one more time because everybody's playing it, but you. Okay. And then we have the writings of Marco. Where did you grow? Are you a Soviet agent? You're supposed to shout Polo.
Polo.
Have you ever? Did you have friends as a kid?
I did you have actually, but I didn't talk to him about any of this.
No. Did you have a swimming pool that was accessible? And you never played Marco Polo?
Oh yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Marco Polo. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, okay. So that's all I was trying to do. Thank you, John.
I didn't grow up in America. Sorry.
that's actually true. We learned that today.
True. I did not grow up in America.
When did I'm just looking at what was
somebody just got me. He was like, "Come on, Kelly."
Yeah.
You're right. Sorry.
What year?
I was like 12 or 13.
No. Marco Polo was the 13th century. See, dragons, man. That's my answer.
There's a whole community about dragons in the conspiracy world.
I love it. Yeah, you're right, Flinsford. That's right, man. We do have dinosaurs.
They're called birds. They are.
Where was I going? Oh, I wanted to finish with this video here. Hang on a second. You got to see this.
I'm here.
And I'm going to zoom this in as far as I can. And it's just a simple question. As long as we're talking about unusual animals.
Let's see it.
Simple question. What kind of animal is this? And find the play button. Whoa. What kind of animal is this?
Clearly an anteater horse, miniature squirrel horse.
Clearly an anteater horse. What a sad thing.
It's got to be the chupacabra. Where was it taken? Do you know where it was?
I do not.
That would help. It could be a Wendigo.
He looks like a horse. He looks like a horse the size of a cat.
It's the skinwalker for sure.
Here we go. Skinwalker ran. All right, I got it. The creepy sound.
What is that noise?
It's just slowed down. Malinak.
Gotcha. My first reaction was, oh, that's a horse.
Right. It looks like a horse.
And the way that it moves.
Yes. But it's the size of a cat, apparently.
Alex Jefferson?
The size of Alex Jefferson. Okay, I could turn this down to nothing, I guess.
It adds to the ambiance.
Look at this guy.
But look at how it's like crawling out. See,
it's like a rat horse.
Like an anteater.
What is happening here? I can't zoom in anymore.
But then there, God looks like a horse.
He runs like a damn horse.
Look at that right there.
It's like a little, and maybe we're just. He may have a complex. It could just be a midget horse.
A midget horse.
And he's like, "Y'all, stop recording me."
But the hind legs don't look like a horse.
What? Okay, I don't know, man. I'm just freaked out looking at the thing.
It's either a chupacabra or a skinwalker.
Okay, well, there you go. How did Alex Jefferson get its name?
Alex Jefferson. We name our animals after musicians. That's why I have Britney Spears. And Alex Jefferson, yes, my name is Britney Spears. He was Alex Van Halen. The kids could not say it, and one day it came out as Jefferson, and we just started saying Jefferson, and Jace, my older son, just started dying laughing, so he's just been Alex Jefferson ever since. And that's like his full name. When I take him to the vet, they're like, Alex Jefferson.
That's awesome. Because I was about to say, man, I'm dumb on my musical knowledge because I can't think of who that would be. I had a buddy of mine who used to name his name his dogs after British prime ministers.
Oh, that's funny as
So
hell.
I remember Disraeli, he called him Des. That's the only one I can remember.
Yeah, we've got Britney Spears. We've got Alita Ford. I was in the back of my, like, I keep name ideas in the back of my mind. And my next one, like I had that I was saving was going to be Kanye, but I don't think I'm going to use that anymore.
But I was inspired by my buddy who did the prime minister things. I thought, you know what, I'm going to start doing, and I don't know if I'm going to actually do this, but I was thinking I was going to start doing former Braves, Atlanta Braves, that's my team, baseball managers. And so I named our dog Tanner after Chuck Tanner, who was a Braves manager, right? And then I got to thinking of some of the names. Oh yeah, I thought I want to name the next dog after Bobby Cox, greatest Braves manager in history. And then then I learned from my grandmother in one of the conversations here on the YouTube channel. Look for the live story. Yeah. She tells a terrible story about the death of a dog named Bobby. And I'm like, well, now I can't use that one. No. But anyway, I think it's cool the way you're doing your pet name. So that's
my pet name's Alexander Jefferson.
Yes. All right. So Kelly Smith, she's on X at Kelly for Freedom. And if you're looking for a house in the Austin market, be sure to message her. If you've got good conspiracy, something we need to discuss on the Thursday Deep Dive coming up on August 7th, reach out as well to either me or her or Brad at Real Brad Staggs. He'll join us the next time we do one of these Barfly. A lot of people, listen to me sound like Nancy Pelosi. A lot of people ask me, what's your favorite this? What's your favorite that? No, somebody asked me, I don't get the Barfly title. And again, I appreciate you asking. It gives me an opportunity to say this. It was like I took the word the first time we did one of these episodes. We're just sitting around drinking, talking about silly stuff like this, or not so silly stuff, serious stuff.
It's very
it's like a barfly.
Yeah, that's what I always thought it was.
But I ran the word together, and it just became, and now we just call it Barfly to kind of make fun of it because it's supposed to be two words, and when you run it together, you change the pronunciation. Apparently, let's see if I'm dying. Let's check this. I want to see.
Last time.
Last time was 98.5. And I am currently at the temperature of
drumroll
98.4. I'm fine. It wasn't the ivermectin that helped. It was the vodka. It was the 2 hours of the steady drip. So, okay. Thank y'all so much for just making time. I'm so grateful. Please share this link. Don't forget at themikeshow.com. We'll have this. It'll be on YouTube and Rumble at 8 o'clock Eastern tonight. Thank you so much for that, Wes. Clips will begin appearing on the Instagram at The Mike Show, courtesy of Gabby. And I will join you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern when Brad and Rebecca are here. Kelly, thanks so much. I'm going to drag you into one of the Friday live streams at some point, too. Okay. So thank y'all so much. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and we will see you at 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Bye.